Okay guys, I just took the cake out of the oven, so I wanted to show you what it looks like right when it comes out. Hey everyone! Happy Rosh Hashanah! Chag Sameach! I'm here today for my first, I think, Rosh Hashanah video of 2018, which I am super excited about. The fall and Jewish holidays are my favorite time of the year. I'm very excited that we get to have this restart in the year and feel like things are new again. The summer's ending, fall's coming. I'm pumped. So welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name's Marian. I make videos about being a Jewish mom and minimalism. So definitely hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more down below. So today I'm going to be making for you my ultimate favorite, most delicious honey cake recipe for Rosh Hashanah. I make it in a round bud pan. On Rosh Hashanah, it's traditional to eat round things like a round challah. I also made a video on how to make a round challah, so I will link that down below. But yeah, it's all about the seasons changing, the year starting again, so that's where the round comes in. And honey is sweet, and on Rosh Hashanah we like to wish each other a happy and sweet new year, so that's where that comes in. And honey cake's just a really traditional dessert to have for the high holidays and for Rosh Hashanah. This is the easiest and best recipe, and take it from me, I've tried a lot. This one comes from Deb Perlman, who writes Smitten Kitchen. I'm sure you guys all know her. She's amazing. I actually met her in person at a book signing this year, and she was literally the sweetest person. So I adapt her recipe just a tiny bit, not because I think I'm a better cook than Deb, absolutely not. It's just based on what I have in my house. I don't like to go out and specially buy things for a recipe, so that's the only difference you'll see. Like I said, it's super simple. Basically, you have your dry ingredients, you whisk them all together, then you add your wet ingredients, and then you bake it. So simple. So I'm just gonna flip the camera and do everything in my KitchenAid mixer and tell you guys what I'm putting in as I go. Okay, so all you're going to need is a mixer. You don't need a stand mixer. If you don't have one, you can use electric beaters or just go by hand. And then for your dry ingredients, you need flour, sugar, brown sugar, salt, baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, and this is where I switch it up. Deb uses allspice and cloves, and I just cheat and use pumpkin pie spice mix. Then I'm gonna use a bundt pan, and then for my wet ingredients, you just need some rye or whiskey. That's optional if you don't want to put it in. Vegetable oil, a little bit of orange juice, some coffee, which is back there, honey, 3 eggs, and vanilla. The coffee I'm actually gonna make, this is instant coffee, so you just add boiling water to make that, and that's everything you need. So to my mixing bowl, I'm going to add 3½ cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons or 1 big heaping tablespoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Then I'm going to fit my whisk attachment, my wire whisk attachment, onto my KitchenAid and give this a... Okay, now that we have our dry ingredients all set, this is the only trick of the recipe. You need to create a well in the center of them. I just use a soup ladle to do this, and that's what you put your wet ingredients into, starting with 1 cup of vegetable oil. And then to that, you're going to add 1 cup of honey. This is honey cake after all, so the recipe calls for a lot of it. Next, you're going to add 1.5 cups of white sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Next, you're going to add 1 cup of warm, strong coffee. This smells so good, by the way. 1/2 cup of orange juice, and 1/4 cup of whiskey or rye. Then I'm gonna put back on my wire whisk attachment, and then we're just ready to stir this up. Then once the batter is just mixed together, you're gonna take your 3 eggs. I like to beat them a little bit in a clear bowl first and include those into the mix as well. You're looking for the batter to get thicker, but it is definitely still a very liquidy batter, so be prepared for that. Okay, so my batter is done. At the end, I just like to take a spoon and mix it up one final time by hand just to make sure all the ingredients are perfectly incorporated. And then I'm going to grease the bottom of my pan. You can use a cooking spray, but I don't really like them, so I don't keep them in my house. So I just take a little pat of butter, put it in a paper towel, and I find this works really well for greasing pans. Okay, now that my bunt is greased, I'm just going to pour the batter into it. Okay, so that's it. I'm just going to pop it in the oven, which I've preheated to 350 degrees. It'll take about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, and then I'll be taste testing it for you guys, so stay tuned. Okay guys, I just took the cake out of the oven, so I wanted to show you what it looks like right when it comes out. So good. I'm sorry I don't have smell-o-vision. So it's a little bit later on. My cake baked for about an hour, and then I let it cool for another hour, which I find is the best way to make sure it comes out safely from the pan. And the only other thing I did is I went around with a knife, and it pretty much was loose around the edges. Like I just did a little test like this with the pan. Any areas where I felt it was a little bit tight, I just went like this with the knife just to loosen it a little bit. And now I'm going to take it off. Hopefully it's gonna look good. Yeah, so pretty. It smells really good, by the way. So because I'm going to be photographing this cake for Instagram, as you do, and serving it to guests, I don't want to cut it like open right now to taste test it for you guys. My little trick is I'm going to take a little piece from the bottom, so I can do that. Okay, so this is my little secret taste test piece. Oh my gosh, guys. It is so good. It has a really deep, rich flavor, which is why I love this recipe. It's nothing like a store-bought cake because it's so fresh. But it just has a real depth of flavors with the coffee and the different spices. So good. Highly recommend this for Rosh Hashanah, like I said. So I'm just going to plate it here on this beautiful gold plate. And it is ready to go for the holidays. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you end up making this recipe, definitely let me know. And I just wish you guys a very happy and sweet new year. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!